Hi friends, I hope you're excited because you and me, we're going to the thrift store. I have my grandpa knit on, we're channeling the inner grandpa knit vibes because I'm really hoping I can find some cute sweaters today. But of course, we will also be checking out in the decor section, which is my absolute favorite part because I always can never pass up adding to my gallery wall. So let's go. Of course, we're starting our thrift haul at Mission Thrift. I always look at the sale tags in the beginning, and this time they had a beautiful china set out front, and it was actually gorgeous. I'm kind of sad that we no longer use china sets nowadays. I was also looking at crystal bowls because my mom wants to get one for like dessert, like a fancier one, but I felt that they were all like kind of big. I don't really know. We'll keep hunting for that. And then I did see macrames, which were $2 to hang plants in, and I thought that was actually awesome. I contemplated buying them, but I have nowhere to hang them, and I already have two in my room, and I honestly don't need any more. I did see these little strawberry things, and I actually regret not picking them up so much because I feel like they'd be cute in a kitchen. I just have no clue how I would go about hanging them on my wall because there's like nothing to like hang it with. I don't really know. Maybe I could have done 3M hooks now thinking about it, but that's okay. I always look at the vases and I really am obsessed with like milk vases like these ones, but I never really have flowers. I think that dried flowers would be very pretty in it though. Also, highway robbery. Did you see that? The thrift store price was $2 and the dollar store price was $2. I want a container just like that, but I'm not paying the same price for something that you can buy brand new. The kitchen section is probably also one of my favorite places besides the gallery wall area. I saw this milk jug and I saw someone online actually take it and paint it into orange juice. And if I was a good painter, I probably would have done that. And then they also put like dried flowers in, which I thought was so cute. So maybe a future DIY. I do have a friend that is a good painter, so we'll see. And then I saw this little maple syrup thing, which I don't know why someone would keep maple syrup in an open bottle, but it was still funky nonetheless. I need a baking dish that's like small, medium size for some of the dips that I make because I find my dishes are either way too tiny or way too large, but I'm holding out for something fun. Like I see these ones all the time, but I'm not obsessed with them. I was obsessed with this wine glass, contemplated getting it, but I don't actually drink any wine, so I also have nowhere to put it. But it was really pretty, and crystal glasses I always find are gorgeous. We just never really use them nowadays. Like even this one with the flower was kind of fun. And then I saw glasses with gold rims, which were also fun, except for I did not like the shape of them. And then also Rainforest Cafe. I used to go there all the time as a kid, and somebody must have stolen those and finally got rid of them to a thrift store, which I just thought was so funny. I'm also like a heavily looker into the cutting board area and coasters just because I think they're so cute. Not that I need any more of them, but I always just like to look to see what they have. And can someone please tell me what is this large crane thing? I looked at it for like 5 minutes. Oh, my one thing that I wish that I actually bought because it's gorgeous. I just have no clue what I would do with it. And then I thought it was so funny that I saw little dishes that match what I have in my kitchen cupboard right now. And there was even a matching mug, which I thought was so fun. I'm also very much on the hunt for a chip and dip bowl. I just think that they're so fun and I'm obsessed with it, but I've never seen one that I absolutely need to have. Although this lemon plate was cute and I was contemplating getting it, but I don't know what I would use a lemon plate for. Also, I'm sorry, has anybody seen online where people take like salt and pepper shakers and make them into mini vases with dried flowers? Ever since I saw that, I am obsessed with trying to find cute salt and pepper shakers, as well as I really, really, really want to find like a whimsical mug. I'm kind of over like white mugs. I did like these colorful ones, but I didn't want to break up the set and I don't need four. But I want like a mug that's like very much like pottery esque, kind of like this one, except for I didn't like whatever was going on with it. But I was contemplating getting one from Etsy for my birthday, so we'll see. I did find these fruit and veggie decals kind of fun. They were $3 each, which wasn't actually that expensive. And I don't know, I thought they would be fun for a kitchen, but I also didn't want them in my kitchen, if you know. I did think these were really cool for like a little kid's room. They are cross stitch, which I love me a good cross stitch. My boyfriend's mom actually does a lot of cross stitch stuff, but we don't have any cross stitch decor. I would absolutely love to get some. These were just like interesting little portraits. They were all like $1 each, I think. I don't know what someone had used them for. They definitely had some sort of like odd gallery wall up because some of them were like flowers and then, as you saw, like a car. And then, Sault Ste. Marie Monopoly board game I thought was cool. My dad's from the Sault, so I grew up going there all the time, and it was just really random to see that they made a Monopoly game out of it. I was so stoked to see this little tiny frame. I've been hunting for so long for tiny frames. I feel like they're almost impossible to find. I did wish that circle gold frame was tinier because I do need one that's like not a tiny one but a small one for my gallery wall. And I have seen them before in the thrift stores and I never bought them. And now I'm like, I kind of wish I did because I really need one of those. And I always look at the furniture even though I technically don't need any furniture. I actually do want to hunt for a hutch. In my kitchen, we just have like our recycling and garbage bins out, and I low key hate it so much. So I'm always looking to find if I can see like a really pretty hutch that I could hide my garbage bins in, but they've never been the right size. Like most of them mainly are not like deep enough, but I don't know. I did absolutely love these chairs. Like that cute little fabric pattern on the bottom was so adorable. I decided to then head over to clothing because that is what I technically came here for. I really want to find a cute knit. I did see this, which I thought was funky for Christmas time. However, Christmas just passed and I do not need to be thrifting Christmas knits. This Eddie Bauer sweater had me so confused. Like, for some reason, I thought it was like a knockoff. I don't know. I was obsessed with this vest. However, it was a triple XL and I thought it'd be way too big, but I could see my dad wearing it. Like, it gives very much like dad vibes. And then this was like the ultimate thrifting. I almost overpassed it and it is so cute. I always look at the jewelry at the end and I love that they have all these like brooches. I kind of wish those came back in style, but I could never force myself to wear one unless other people did. I don't really know.
Okay, we just finished shopping at the thrift store and I was so worried I was not gonna have a thrift haul for you guys. I felt like it was like good but not popping off. Also, tell me why every time I go, the things that I do find are never on sale. I mean, sometimes I look at the sales, but I think it's so funny. Last time I went, I found that gorgeous painting that looked like camping vibes, and it was $25 and it was a pink tag. And this week, pink tag was on sale, but not when I went to buy it. And last time when I was there, yellow tag, I believe it was yellow and orange that were on sale. And this time, the two items, yellow tags. I'm like, ugh. But I did use my points. I had like $2.25. So pretty much one of these items I got for free. And originally I thought I would have literally the tiniest thrift haul because this was for the longest time the only thing I wanted, which is just like a super tiny frame. I'm trying to collect them because I want to do a tiny gallery wall on my fridge. I'm thinking I might just like take the back off because that's not going to stay on the fridge and put cardboard in it. And I want to do like little paintings, I think, in them, or air dry clay, except for obviously that air dry clay would like come out. Do I take out the glass? Still undecided. This is literally only my second frame. It has been proven very hard for some reason to find tiny frames, where I see people online finding them all the time and I'm so jealous. But anyways, we got this. This is my second tiny frame and we're gonna collect. I feel like I'm not gonna do this little fun DIY until the summer, which is okay. It just gives me something to look forward to. This was $1, which, I mean, $1, how could you go wrong? And then I almost missed this next thing. I was looking in the men's section because, like I said, I want to find knits. And they weren't really popping off. But I will say, I don't think I've ever bought a knit from this one. So we are going to go to another location where I usually get knits from. I always look in like large section just because I like things oversized. The men's one that I'm wearing today is large and I just prefer oversized things. But I was like, let's circle back. Let's look at the medium. And I found the sickest crew neck sweater ever for my boyfriend. He absolutely loves golfing. And it is honestly so cool. It looks very warm, which I love. I feel like it, like, sadly to say, I feel like an old man passed away and that's why I got rid of, because it's very well cared for, but it's beautiful. And it's literally completely embroidered, 100% cotton, which I always try to find 100% cotton when I'm thrifting. I just prefer to buy like better materials so I know that they will last longer. But look at how sick that is. It literally says Hamilton Golf and it has 3 guys golfing, which we're the women, but like that's okay. 3 guys golfing, and then even the sleeve is embroidered with golf stuff. And I thought that was so cool. It's also a blue. It's my favorite color, but he looks good in blue. I love good in blue. I don't know if I'll steal this, but who knows. And I also love the collar. Like, it's nice and thick. It's 100% cotton, and the inside actually still feels soft, which is crazy work, but it's in such good condition. The bottom There's only like one loose piece of strand, but I love like when bottoms are like kind of like this and not just straight. I feel like they lay better on people, but it looks so nice. I'm so excited for him to try it on later. It's a medium, so like I said, I almost passed over it, but it looks like it could go large. And honestly, like he wears medium shirts and stuff. We just like oversized sweaters and stuff. Still love this crew neck. This with jeans would look so good, or like black pants, or like black, I think they're joggers that guys wear. I don't know, guys pants. Sick for fun. $9, which not bad. Wasn't on sale. Under 10 bucks. We love it. I generally never spend anything over $10 on knits unless it's like really, really bougie, or like it's a good name, or if it's like a gift for someone that's like not my boyfriend and I, that I'm like, oh, this would be perfect for them. But for him and I always try to stay under 10 bucks. So absolutely love that steal. We're gonna head out to another thrift store. Still looking for some cool knits. Of course, always looking for decor. I am also looking for a crystal bowl for my mom. I did see a few in there, but I thought that they were a little too big. She wants like a nice dessert bowl. So let's head on over to the next thrift store.
Now we're on to Talize. I used to be able to find so many bangers from Talize. Like when I was in school, I would go to Talize all the time and get different sweaters. And I feel like mainly their sweater selection has like really declined over the years. I was, however, obsessed with this. It was super soft, but I don't really like the knit hoodie type vibe. I wish it was just like a normal knit, and I probably would have bought it, even though I actually kind of hate the color red, but it just like felt really comfy. I did want to buy this. It was J. Crew 100% lamb's wool, but it was nearly $20. It was like 19 to 90 something. And in my opinion, that is crazy work for a thrift store, and just honestly wasn't worth it, because I have thrifted, for example, like 100% cashmere for $7 at a different thrift store. So like it was just so insane for me. I did love this blue fleece, but I feel like I have so many fleece, but it was a beautiful bright blue. And then I always have to check out the decor. The plant stand I thought was a little fun if you needed that, and it gives you more space, but other than that, there wasn't much here.
Finished up in Talize. I feel like Talize has gotten so expensive. Like some things in there for like sweaters was $20. I saw also one for $30, and I guess it was a nice brand. I didn't even know the name of the brand. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Also, they have started tagging some of their clothes. Like when you work in retail, so that you don't steal at these anti-theft devices. But I think for a thrift store, that's just absolutely wild. Like I worked in a child's clothing store, and I remember doing that, and I also thought that was wild too, because like for many years we didn't have it, and then all of a sudden we got them. But they only tag like, I guess, quote unquote, what they think is like really nice things, that are like near, I guess, over $15. It's just weird in my opinion. I ended up getting one thing. It was about $13.50. I showed you guys in the thrift store this chaps. I just think it's so cute. Kind of gives a little bit of sailor vibes, and it's like a nice knit. But it was just crazy to see, like, this one didn't have a tag, but I was like going through and I saw some with tags, and I was like, that is so interesting. And I think when I got my boyfriend his Gap fleece, I'm 90% sure that also had a tag that they had to remove in it. So it's just like weird. Also, just like, why are they charging so much? Like with the last thrift store we were just at, Mission Thrift, everything is so reasonably priced, mostly under $10. And then here it's always above. It's kind of getting out of hand, a little bit like Value Village. Like I hate Value Village because it's so expensive, and I'm like, you guys run off on donations, why is it so expensive? It's crazy. But Value Village, Talize, and Mission Thrift are all for-profit stores, so it is a little weird to me that like Mission Thrift can give such good discounts, but like these places can't. I don't really know, but at least we still found something cute today. I used to love this one, but I don't know. Mission Thrift is definitely my favorite thrift store. This one, I used to like it more. You can still find like good things here and there, but their decor section always, I feel like, is lacking, which is crazy, because this is like the place where I first got my frames many years ago that started my gallery wall, and now I can never find any cute frames here. Wild. So whoever donated those many years ago, thank you, because I'm obsessed with them, and they were like 99 cents. They're actually not on my wall, they're just below my wall, but they have like framed dried flowers, which I absolutely love. I think we're gonna hit up one more thrift store on the way home. It's Salvation Army Thrift Store. I used to go there so much, but then my brother's girlfriend told me, be careful, there's bed bugs, and I've been avoiding it ever since. But every single time I went, I obviously never had an issue. So I'm hoping that was just like a one-off a few months ago, but I've been like very skeptical to go. However, I'm like, it's not like a store would just like leave bed bugs in it because I feel like that's just so bad. And it's also a very new location. Like they just opened it up a few months ago. So let's just go see. Hopefully it's okay. I do like walking around it, and yeah, I'm just so skeptical. Ever since she told me that, if she hadn't told me that, I still would be going there, like no issues. And now I've been like afraid to go back, but let's go tackle that fear today.
I really love that this was a painting on a rock. I've seen one at another thrift store and I love them. I'm just holding out for what I think is going to be the perfect one for my place. And this was a tent at a camping store. Oh my gosh, it was a tent at a thrift store. I literally have the exact same tent. So the fact that it was here was crazy work and such a good deal. And the vintage Tupperware I did really want to buy, but I don't have room for it. And unfortunately, I just can't take it home. I did kind of regret not getting these mugs. I feel like my mom would like them because she's really into birds. I just don't know if you can put them in the dishwasher or even like hand wash them. They felt very ornate to me, like more like decor type things. And then I did see this whimsy mug, which I contemplated getting, but the handle just looked like it was painted very poorly, like a do it yourself pottery. These actually were so sick. The fact that they're like model ships. I don't know if they're called model ships, but somebody built those ships and put them in frames. I thought that was so cool. I did love these frames and I did love the matting. The paintings just for me weren't hitting what my vibe I wanted it to be, so I had to leave them behind sadly.
Okay, we just finished up in the thrift store. I feel like I was still a little skeptical shopping in there. I saw a few cute things and nothing crazy. I was kind of like worried more to like get into like the textiles, like looking at clothing heavily, because I feel like bed bugs would be more on clothes than like decor. I did quickly like browse through, but I wasn't like going through everything. I feel like it's gonna take me a little bit of time to be less skeptical. Only because like I don't want bed bugs. Like that would be so hard to deal with and get rid of. I've had bugs in my place before. Thankfully not bed bugs, just like little ants and stuff, and cockroach one time, literally just one, in the bathroom that came from my neighbor upstairs. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with fumigating and all that stuff again. But it was my first step of getting in the door. We'll go back another time and try it out. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did thrifting today. Let me know which find you thought was the coolest and if there's anything you would have gotten in this thrift haul.